we get everything that we discussed yesterday? Did we struggle with any of the things that we talked about? If there's any question at all, please let me know so I could basically basically try to see how I can help to probably solve whatever problem that might be an issue. So while we do that, I'm going to go straight into the classroom functionality, where we are going to look at how we can create classrooms, how we can assign the classrooms or add students to our classrooms, and what the students can actually do in the classroom, and how AI can basically support you in the classroom. So let's go start with creating a classroom. Of course, in your dashboard, all you just need to do is click on classroom. And once you've done that, you click on launch new classroom. So once you click on launch new classroom, you are able to give your classroom a name. So let's say this classroom is for grade 5 students, grade, let's say grade 6. Let me see what materials I have, because I will need to upload the material from what I created yesterday. Let me see the ones I have. Let me see. Okay, this is grade 3. Understanding now. Okay. So let me go back to my classroom. So this is for grade 3. And I'm going to browse files. Now remember, this class is basically there to help you create a class environment where your student can continue learning even when you are not in the class. They can ask questions, they can get clarity, they can get a deep dive into what you have taught them. The questions they could not ask in class, they can ask here. The things that they could not query, they can query here, right, in a safe space, right? And then the AI will be there to support them all the way. And you as a teacher can come back later to see what they've done and then know how best to support them in their journey, right? So I'm going to add this file, and the file, I think the topic is nouns, right? So I'm going to, let me go back. So I've already added the file, lesson planner response file, entire details of this course. This course offers an introduction to web designing. Okay, this classroom offers this classroom is to guide and further tutor students on nouns. The students can ask questions on the topic now and get proper feedback and get more understanding on the topic. Okay, so this grade level is grade 3, right? And number of students, probably I have 10 students in my class, and then of course I'll leave it to be active. Now scroll up. I'll click on next. I can then add tools that my students can basically use. So let's say I was creating a classroom, that is a math classroom, and probably they will need a periodic table, right? That will assist them. They can always add, I can always add this to that class, or anything that probably they need. So what I'll do is I'm going to add grammar, and because this is an English class, right? So I'm going to add this. I can also customize it, give it a name, custom description, and additional instruction. Okay, so I don't want to do that. And then once I've done that, the next thing I want to do is I'll go up. I can add as many tools as I want to, right? Let me still add this one so that we'll see how it works. Okay, so I can add all of these tools, and then I click on save. Once I click on save, my class will be created. Excuse me. My class will be created, and then I can, of course, share the link of my class or joining code to the students, and then they can join the classroom to further learn what it is that I taught them earlier. So let me look for my class. That's my class there. Okay. And then I'm going to, as you can see, the class is active. No student joined yet. I'm going to click on these three dots. Let me see. Right. I'm going to scroll, click on, excuse me, click on these three dots and click on view. So the next thing I want to do is to copy code. So once I copy code, I'm going to come back to my student dashboard and join the class so that we can see how the class looks like. Right, as you can see here, it's talking about the grade student, the maximum number of students, 10, Shakespeare. These are the tools that I've added for them to use. Now, this is important because, like I already mentioned yesterday, in 2025, we'll see so much around advocacy on why we should allow students begin to use AI, right? Already, they are already using it, right? But what we are seeing is that there's tendencies that students might basically abuse the use of this tool, right? So it is good for schools and us as teachers to provide an ethical way for them to use AI, right? So that we don't enter into the same errors that some of our teachers did, where when internet came, there was no proper guidance from teachers on how internet should be used in the classroom, on how we can basically use it for learning and stuff like that. I remember then I was in, secondary school, just I think about in my GSS classes, right? And we just played around with it too. Some of us, some of my friends, some of us stumbled into, internet, uh, chatting and dating, not because we actually wanted, but that's what we felt that internet could do, right? That was the only thing that we saw internet doing. So it is important that we begin to teach the students how they can use AI productively, not, because already some of them might be using it to maybe write love letters or write, things that might not actually be of benefit to their learning. But we must begin to create an environment like this, tools like this that will support them in their learning journey so that they can see the better with the ways they can actually use this to improve themselves than using it for other devices, right? So I'm going to switch back to let me switch back to my student screen. So I'm going to do that right away. Let me share. I have my student screen open somewhere. Let me confirm that. Okay. So where is it? Okay, let me now share my screen. Okay. There you have it. So I'm going to share my student screen. So this is what the student dashboard looks like, right? So this is me as a student. I've completed 2 assignments so far. This is assignment, this is classes and work history. So I'm going to go to classes because it's classes I want to join. I'll click on join the class, and then I'm going to enter that code I copy that code, remember, that's the code, and I click on yes, join. So it's going to say join in, and then of course I've joined the class. As you can see here, grade 3 classroom is to guide and further tutor students on nouns. That's the classroom there. I can come here and then click on view as a student. As you can see, I have the classroom interface. And then in the classroom interface here, I have all the tools that is available to me. I can switch in between the tools. Let's say I'm working in this classroom, and then for any reason I need to use this tool, probably to understand what the AI is saying, or to do further studies and stuff like that. I can just switch. And then it switches, I can switch, it switches, I can switch. And as I switch, it will be telling me what I'm using in use, grammar and writing assistant. Then if I go back, this is the main classroom, right? And these are the tools that my teacher has provided for me that I can use while I'm in the classroom. It's like, when a student is in the classroom and then they have their textbooks, right? And they have, textbooks or things that they need to refer to. So this can actually be like that kind of thing, right? So that they can refer to those things and be able to do what they need to do. So I'm going to start the classroom. I just say hello, and let's see if the AI will. So this is basically designed to personalize me. So here it is. Hello, it is great to see you in class today. If you have any questions about nouns or anything related to our lesson, feel free to ask. I'm here to help you understand nouns better. What would you like to know? Right. So I could say, okay, please tell me more about about types of noun, and then I click on enter. And then it's going to type, and it's going to bring everything that requires for me to know about the types of nouns. Sure, let's dive into the different types of nouns. Common nouns, proper nouns, collective noun, abstract nouns. You can see now, as would you like some examples or activities to help you understand this better? So I'll say yes. So let's see what it's going to do. Right. So the student is here asking questions about what he or she was taught based on the lesson plan or based on the resources that you have uploaded. Remember, this AI is basically, this classroom is basically guided by the material that you have uploaded, right? So that keeps the AI checked so that it doesn't go outside what it is that you have not, that is not in the content that you have uploaded. This gives you the power as a teacher that anything you want your student to learn, right? You can just upload the lesson plan and then the AI will teach them, right? While you are sleeping and relaxing, all you don't need to do is to come here and then check what they've done. And then you are able to now either review or, know how best to help and support those students, right? So as you can see here, okay, it's great. Let's get started with some fun activities to help you understand the different types of nouns better. Activity 1, classification game flashcard. I will show you a list of nouns. You can help classify them into different types. For example, common, cat, city, book, proper, at least London, Africa, collective, abstract, review. So your turn. So this is an activity that's created now. Your turn. Can you come up with one example for each type of noun for us to classify together? You can see now hunt. Activity 2, right? Let's imagine activity 3. As you can see, it is not only making the class, teaching, it is also making the class engaging. Right? The class is also extremely engaging so that every student in your class can be engaged while you teach them, while the AI teach them, right? So now the beauty about this is that, like I rightly said, the lesson plan or the content that you have uploaded is what this AI is going to use to teach them, right? Unlike them using, having access to all of these other tools, right? These other tools that, is open-ended. They can ask any question, they can do whatever they want and all of that. So let's say if a student says, teach me about uh, algorithm, for example, let's see what it's going to say. It is great to see your enthusiasm for learning about nouns. To check your understanding so far, let me ask you this. Can you give me an example of a proper noun? The collective noun from your own experience or surroundings. This could be something related to your classroom. Friends or family, feel free to share. And I have a question, just let me know. So it's not going to allow the student go off track to start. So if the student asks any question outside what is being taught, it will stay within the content you have uploaded, right? So whether you're in the classroom, this AI, or you are not here to see what the students are doing, this AI is able to check and make sure that the student is within the the content that you have provided for the student to learn. So we believe that this is very, very uh, this is groundbreaking. We believe it's groundbreaking because now teachers can do so much with students. Students can learn so much, right? Guided by teachers or guided by the content and the resources that you have provided to the AI. So once you provide that resources, the AI uses that resources to train itself, and then it's able to now teach the students the same way you would likely teach the students in the classroom. In the future, there are several other things that we are going to begin to add to these, where the AI will have access to getting the student videos, images to be able to, explain whatever it is that they are learning and stuff like that. So yes, this is how the classroom works. And like I said, you can switch in between, students can switch in between all of these tools, and the tools will be there to support them. Okay. And hello, it's great to see you here. If you have any questions about Shakespeare or want to learn about how to understand and interpret Shakespeare text, feel free to ask, right? Same thing with any of the tools that the student want to use. You can just switch in between them and be able to use it. Another beautiful thing that we have added to this is that if the student signs out from here and goes out and comes back, the AI will pick up the conversation from where it stopped, right? Asking the student questions, letting the student, getting what the student feedback is, and taking the student back from your previous knowledge. What do you now understand now? Do you want me to explain? So this class can be open for as long as the student wants. So you don't have issues of, like teachers will always do, they revise, they go back to the class, they take the subject over with the student knows to understand, they take it over. And sometimes the time you have to be able to cover all of those things is very slim. So AI is here down to help you. Just create a classroom, let them join the class. They can stay there for as long as they want. They can continue to learn as long as they want. They can use how many years they want there to learn that particular topic until they understand it. The AI will be there to patiently guide them throughout that process, right? So that's for creating of classrooms. I would like to ask if there are questions before we move to assignment. Questions in classroom before we move to assignment. We have people here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I will assume that we all understand how to use the classroom features now, right? So you can basically, like I rightly said, create the classroom, and then add your students, and then your student can, begin to talk with the AI, and the AI will teach them same way you will teach them. They can ask as many questions as they want. They can leave the class and come back anytime they want. They can, and you as the teacher will then get reports on, you know, how the student fared in the classroom, the strengths and the weaknesses of the student, and then you can see how best to support that particular student. Okay, so that's for classroom functionality. Let's move to assignment functionality. But let me just toggle back to the classroom functionality for teachers and just show us one or two things there. Okay, let me quickly do that. Okay, I'm going to share the classroom again. Um, I'm going to share the teacher's dashboard. Okay, so like we already said, all you do is you go to classroom. Now, the report part is still coming soon. This is where you get the report of all the students, how they're doing, what the feedback is like, how well they fared in the classroom, and all of that. You get all of that here. You'll be able to get um, feedback per student. You'll also be able to get feedback for your total class to see how the whole of your class understood that subject. Now, I believe that this is so important. This would really, really, really change the way and also support students to learn better, right? So with this report, you're able to see at a glance, my student did well or they did not do well. Where can I support them, right? Where can I support them and how best do I help them? So all of that you can be able to see from the report here, right? And then for um, classroom functionality, create a class, you just launch a classroom, launch a new classroom and then add all of those things there and the classroom is launched. Let's now go to assignment. So here is the assignment functionality. Oh, sorry, using the wrong. Uh, Not sure why this is. Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Let me share the right screen. Sharing the wrong screen. Yes, this is the right one. Okay, so here we are in our classroom. Let's now move to assignment. So here in assignment, can create assignment for student. Now, the beautiful thing about this assignment is that you can create assignments that your student can get clear guidance while they are taking the assignment. Now, we also believe that this is groundbreaking because it's going to solve so many problems as regards to, students who is as teachers, we give student assignment and then we are not so confident that they actually did those assignments themselves, and then we probably get to start marking all of those assignments again and all of those things. So, but let me just show you how this works. So I'm going to create a new assignment, and then I'm going to call this assignment. I'm going to add it to a class. Okay, this class is grade 3, right? I'm going to add a description, assignments for grade 3. Okay, I'm going to go to next. I'm going to I'm going to add number of questions. Okay, I say 10 questions, for example, right? Right now, as you can see, I can type my questions, enter questions. I can enter my questions by myself. Hello, hello, and stuff like that. Okay, what is this? What is that? I can generate AI questions. Okay, it's generating questions for me. Okay, I think I did a mistake here. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me quickly go back and start over the process. Okay, so I'm going to create a new assignment. I'm going to choose a class. So this class is basically a class for now. Student learns about now. This is for their assignment. Okay, so I'm going to click on next. So again, the question, let's say about 10. Okay, you can generate AI questions, right? And as you can see, it has generated questions for me. right? As you can see, 5 questions that is noun related, right? And then I can use questions, right? I can click on use questions and it will add all of the questions. As you can see, it added the questions in the question bar. You need to type any of the questions, right? And then the next thing I want to do, I'll just click on submit assignment. Now you can type in the questions yourself if you want to, and you can use the AI to generate those questions and then add it there, right? As you can see, the assignment have been created for grade 3. That's the assignment, right? As you can see here, grade 3. So if I go back to my dashboard as a student, I've already joined this grade 3 class. So this assignment that is being created for this grade 3, all the students in grade 3 will be able to see the assignment. So for example, you've created a classroom now, you can also add an assignment that they can do after they've been able to, work in the classroom. They can just go head over to the assignment and take the assignment. So let me just stop sharing here, then go back to my student dashboard. Is here, right? So this is my class, grade 3. I've studied everything I need to know about the noun, right, that my teacher uploaded. Then I can go back or click on assignment. And let me refresh this. Not showing yet. Not sure why this is showing that. Okay, so as you can see, my assignment is now showing here now. Grade 3, student learned about now. As the assignment is saying pending. So I've not submitted this assignment yet. So I can just click on here and I click on attempt assignment. So once I click on attempt assignment, now here is the beauty. Student will have this guy here, right, assisting him to answer any of these questions, right? So the student can, now the thing about this is that it's not going to cheat them. So for example, let's just see how it works. Okay, I click on hello, right? It's going to welcome the student, right? Then hello, it is great to see you here. How can I help you with your now assignment today? Right? It knows that this assignment is now assignment. If you have any specific questions or if you need guidance on any of the tasks, just let me know, right? So it's going to guide the student. The aim is to guide the student. And one of the beautiful things that we've also done is that we've been able to make sure that the questions are toggled. As you can see, 2, 1, 4, 8, 5. So that, the questions are toggled, students don't have to. So go outside and find 5 objects, write their names down as nouns and draw a picture, one of them. What kind of object can I find? So I can just tell you, what kind of object can I find? What kind of object can I find that are noun related? That are nouns. So it is basically typing. Now, that's a great question. When you are outside looking for object or list, to list as noun, think about things you can see, touch, or interact with in your environment. Here are some ideas to get you started. Nature objects. Look for items like rocks, leaves, flowers, or sticks. It can serve as things. Nouns. 2, man-made objects. You might find toys, benches, right? Now, this will give the student an idea of what he should look for, and then he goes ahead to look for those things and then be able to draw them. So the whole idea is that, the whole concept here is that if the student have any issues trying to, answer these questions, he can ask the AI, and then the AI can give the student a nodding, a head start on, okay, do it like this, do it like that. And then where the student is having any challenge, can do it, the AI can help them. We see this helping, students, especially students that don't have their parents around or don't have a support for them to be able to probably sit with them and do an assignment. The student can actually use this tool, and then this tool would not just tell them the answers, but take them through a learning process to doing the assignment. So yeah, let me just answer, just put in any answer so that we can see the analytics that the AI will provide for you. We mark it and then provide you clear analysis. I'm just going to type anything there, right? Um, okay. I'm just going to type anything. I want to just show you how it works. Um, okay, just type in anything, and then I'll just click on submit. Once student is done, the student will submit and it will show in my dashboard. So let's go back to my dashboard. I'm going to stop sharing and then I'll go back and let me show my dashboard. Submitted that assignment now. So here in my teacher dashboard, I can basically see the students that have taken my assignment. View. Okay, here we are. These are the questions. Okay, I want to check view students. That so it has shown here that Emmanuel Akpan submitted. So I've submitted my own assignment. I'll click on this and click on view. So it's going to show student analytics for this particular student. So what the AI have done is that, okay, let it just load it up. So as you can see here, student answer, yes, score 1 over 10. Teacher's remark, the student response is incomplete and does not meet the assignment requirement. No nouns were listed and no drawing was provided. Can you see that? Question, non-categories. Okay, so student answer, me, score 1 over 10. Teacher's remark, the response is severely limited, providing only one personal pronoun instead of the required categories of noun, right? So we can see here it's marking. Okay, so it's going to suggestion for teacher intervention, right? It's going to say basic noun understand, review the definition and types of noun, provide examples of common nouns in everyday life. Assignment comprehension, break down instructions into smaller, manageable steps, provide examples of completed assignment. As you can see, it is giving the teacher a proper feedback on what the teacher should do, right? Um, to support this student, because of course, apparently this student does not even understand what the AI, what the assignment is. Follow-up activities, create simplified versions of similar assignments, use regular progress checks, implement daily now identification exercise, and all of that. Teachers' feedback, no feedback provided yet. So a teacher, you can also still give your feedback if you want to by typing your feedback here and submit feedback, right? So once you submit your feedback, the student will be able to see that feedback, right? So this is for your own, right? This is for you as a teacher to see the student, what they've been able to do, right? And then the AI telling you all of these things while you now type your own feedback and then submit feedback. And then the student will then see the feedback that you have given to them on that particular assignment. That is how the assignment feature works. It's a new feature, and I would say that you are the first set of people to see this working live, right? We've not demoed this yet. It's not demoed yet. I think in the last training that Mr. David Crown, shared with us that we had together, I think last week, it was not working as at then. So uh, this will be the first time this will go public that people will see it. And of course, we are improving on it daily. In the future, then we'll just be able to talk to the AI, and then the AI will reply back and stuff like that. So yes, this is how the assignment feature works. So we can basically begin to integrate this in our classroom. Any feedback, any questions from here before we move to the next thing? Okay, so I'm going to move to the next thing here. That is Zara EduBot. Now, Zara here is built inbuilt for teachers to support you in your journey to um, designing a good learning experience for your students, right? So it is more of a conversation thing, unlike the other tools that we shared yesterday, where you just put in class details and all of that, and then you get the content generated and then you download as PDF. But with Zaira here, you can have conversation, right? You can have conversation on any particular thing, right? You want to do something and then you don't have you are struggling to understand it. Now, the difference between Zara and other bots is that this is an edu bot. This is an edu AI tool. Education is more focused on education, understands whatever it is that you want to do. So, for example, you want to plan. We are planning our end of the year party in our school. Um, Kindly give ideas on what we can do, on what we can do or implement in the party. Okay, so it will be able to, Zara is going to help you come up with strategies and things that you can basically do, in the end of the year party, right? As you can see, it has done all of that and then it just shared with you, right? So another thing that Zara will be able to do, right, is that it's going to be able to you'll be able to upload your content as a school. So let's say you are creating a school account, you'll be able to upload all of your resources as a school, and then teachers can always come here instead of having to call the administrator or the school owner to ask, Madam, what are we going to do about this? What is this, and all of that? Or you go to the administrator to start asking questions with your Zara board, because all of the content, all of the resources, all of the information about the school, about curriculums, about lessons, about topics, about anything at all has been uploaded to the AI. So once you ask, it's going to fetch that information for you, and then you have an idea. You can ask, oh, when next do I have my class? What will be the topic? And then to bring it out for you, right? And then you can ask it to generate content for you or ideas on how to teach that topic. So these are the things that Zara will be able to do to begin to advance the tool. But right now, you can be able to have a conversation with it, ask it questions, and it would reply to you back. So that's for Zara and Everybot. And then just towards the premium features here, right? So some of the things that we've added here is that you can also be able to add your team members. So let's say you are in school and then you want all your teachers to work together, right? So you can invite them by just putting their email, and then you add them to your school account or right. And then once you've done that, right, the teachers can now share resources within themselves, right? This is so useful because instead of people having to generate different content, and then there's no streamlined content that is used across board, right? But with this, you can now share the content to Kemi. Probably the previous teacher that was here is about to leave. Teacher can share all those content so that the next teacher will just pick it up from where the teacher starts, having an idea of what the lesson plan was and all of those kind of things. All of that can happen here, right? I can share resources. I want to share resources, for example, click on share resources. I can select a team member. Let's say I want to share resources to this one here, and I can look for the resources I want to share, probably ethic devices, and then I can click on share. So what has happened is that it has shared that resources to that person that I shared it with. So he can then look at that resources, download it, and make use of that resources. These are all the functionality that we have on AI Teacher. And I would like to take questions at this time. If there is any, I'll take it and then we round up the class, the 3 days lecture that we've had so far. So yes, any questions so far? before we round up this class? Any questions? I'll be happy to take any questions.
Good morning, sir. Thank you.
Good morning, Martha. Good morning.
Please, I'm sorry I joined late. I just wanted to ask, how do you link the teacher's account to the students of particular classes?
Okay, so let me quickly run that through again. I thought as much, so let me just quickly run through that again. So let's say you are a teacher and then you want to create a classroom for your student. You just click on classroom and then you click on launch a new classroom. Let's say this classroom is for grade 4 students. Okay, grade 4, and then you want to again add the resources. Now, this is so important. Your classroom must you must add resources to your class so that the AI would know what to teach the students. So, like I explained earlier, that the use case for this is that once you have done teaching your students, you just have 40 minutes, and sometimes 40 minutes is not enough to teach the students properly, right? You can come here to create the classroom for that particular topic. All of the lesson resources you use for that particular topic, like the lesson notes, the lesson plan, or the textbook for that particular topic, you can put them in a file and then upload it here. So I'm just going to upload any file here. Let me see any file that I can upload here. Downloads. Sorry, let me check. So I can upload any lesson planner. So for example, I want to upload this. I'm not sure what topic is there. So I've uploaded that lesson plan right in there. So what that will do is that it's going to guide the AI to on what to teach the students. Okay, I think yes, so that is the topic of that lesson plan is now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to after I've done that, I'll scroll down and then give a description. Now, this description is so important. As you can see, enter a detailed description. What do you want to achieve in this class, right? You need to put that in. You talk about the class and what you want to achieve, right? So, this class is for grade 5 students. My grade 5 students, for my grade 5 student, 5 students to understand more about now. Limit discussion to the limit discussion to the provided document. So whatever it is you want to achieve, you want them to know about this thing, you want the AI to expatiate on now, you want it to, so you put all of that, limit student to stay within the scope. So that is just that it's going to, okay, I don't need to put limit discussion because it has already provided that. So I will check that button here. So I'm going to remove this, right? So I can just check this button to limit students to stay within the scope. So within the scope means that within what document I've provided, okay? Then I'm going to choose the grade level, which is grade 5. And then I'm going to put the number of students. How many students do I have in my class? 10, 15, let me say 15. I'm going to keep the class active. And I'll scroll back up and click on next. In this next, I can basically add tools that my students can, probably use while they're in classroom. These I explained that can be like, when your students are in the class, you want them to open to a textbook or you want them to refer to another document or to another thing while you are teaching them. So we provided AIs for different topics, like for math, for English, and for what's it called now, for sciences. Okay, apologies about that. So once you have been able to add those and let me see. Once you have been able to add that, next thing you want to do, so let me just show you how to add it. You just click on it. You can customize it. For example, give it a custom name, give it a custom description, give it an additional instruction, right? You can put all of that there. oh, support my students. Probably they have a word or something they don't understand. Please explain it for them, stuff like that. You can add as many as you want. So I'm going to add these three, right? So this is for website design, and this is for English. And then you scroll down, scroll up back, and then click on save. And it's creating the classroom. And once it has created the classroom, all I just need to do is I need to just go to the classroom. I had to take that process again so that for those that were not in the class can actually see how it's basically how you can create a classroom. And then it's saving. Okay, so it has saved. Remember the class is for, okay, I think this is a class here, support student using the document. So that's the class there. These are all the classes I've created before now, right? So I'm going to just scroll to the end here, and then click on the three dots on my class, and then click on view. That's the class I just created. Then copy code, that's all. Once I copy code, my students, of course, students will have to create an account, a student account. Remember when we were creating an account, we saw the, from those that were in class yesterday, when you are creating an account, get started, it will show you whether you're a student or a lecturer or a lecturer or a teacher. So the student will create a student account. Once they create a student account, they'll be able to have access to their own student dashboard. I'm about to share my own student dashboard. I have a student dashboard I created, a dummy student dashboard. So this is how the student dashboard looks like, right? This is how it looks like, okay? And all the student want you to do is to click on classes, then join a class. Okay, once you click on join a class, the code I copied, I'll just paste it here. So you have to share this code with them, right? And then click on yes, join. And that's it. You've joined the class. That's the class. This is the class, grade 5. Students or support student using the document. Okay. Then I'll click on the three dots here as a student, view the class. Once I view the class, oh, okay. I think that was the wrong classroom. This is not the class I just created. Let me go back to check the class I created. Should I not the class I created? It was also a grade 5 class. Oh, it is grade 4. But I did a mistake by uploading grade 5 class. Okay. So let me take that code, view, copy link. Okay. So let me go back to my student dashboard so that we see all of the things that we added there. You can see them. Okay, so I'm going to go back, right? I'm going to join a class, and this is the class I just created. Let's join. I'm sorry, that code is incorrect. Copied the wrong code. Okay. Okay, so there's a code. So joining, and that's it. So that will be, yes, this is a class here. It's the last one here. So we talked about this class is for my grade 5 student to understand more about nouns. So that's it. So I'm going to just click on this here and click on view. As you can see, all of the tools that we added here. And here is the chat session. So the student can just start, hello, the AI will type. Well, first, we welcome the student to class, and then the student can now begin to ask questions. Then they can now toggle in between any of the tools. Probably they are trying to, quickly go here and, get something and then come back to the main class and keep, back and forth. Um, kindly, I don't understand. Okay, kindly teach me. Kindly, okay, teach me more about um, types of noun. Of noun. Okay, so now the thing again is that this thing is going to personalize learning to each student. So the way it's going to talk to, a particular student would fact will depend on how fast the student is able to learn. So it's going to begin to, personalize the learning across to for that particular student. So yeah, this is how it works. It's that simple. Students are able to join, and then they're able to go ahead and chat with the AI. Then the AI is able to give them proper feedback and all of that. I hope that clarifies your question, Martha.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, any other question before we round up? We talked about the classroom functionality. We've looked at the assignment functionality.
Yeah,
We looked at
hello,
the
Mr.
board. Yes, please. Frank, do you want to say
Emmanuel.
something? Yes, Mr. David.
Yeah, yeah, the aspect of special needs education, were you able to handle it?
Yes, that was yesterday. We talked about it. We looked at the special needs intervention generator that we used yesterday. We spent so much
Okay.
time on that yesterday, and then we did a sample on how we could actually be able to generate a great intervention plan for each student that might be having any special needs. Yes, we did that yesterday. So for those that were not in the class, they can just watch that and then get that support there. Okay, Frank,
That's
were you
okay.
trying? Yes, Frank, were
Thank
you
you
trying
very
to say
much.
something? Yes,
We are really grateful.
that's fine. I think
Yes,
Frank wants. Okay, Mr. Frank, go ahead.
Sir?
Yes, Mr. Frank, go ahead.
good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Frank.
Okay, if you don't mind, I would want you to, throw more light on the assignment features, on the assignment desirables you said, and shared resources. Yes,
Yes.
there was something I
Yes.
didn't get here.
Okay, so on the assignment, like I rightly mentioned earlier, assignment you is supposed to okay, let me just probably try to yes, video recording will be shared. So this is assignment, right? Okay, I hope I'm sharing the right screen. Let me see. Let me stop and share again. Okay. So this is assignment, right? And then you can create a new assignment for classes that you have created, that you have access to. So these are all the classes that I've created, right? So the whole idea about this assignment is that probably you've created a classroom that the students have learned. You can now create an assignment that you can attach to the classroom. So I can just pick any of this class. So this is the new class I created. I just click on that and then write a description. So in this description here, I'll just put it there. Create an assignment on the topic now. Okay, and then click on next. So here I can add the number of questions. If I say 10, it's going to provide me with 10 space where I can type in my questions manually, right? And submit the assignment. Now, whether you use AI generated questions or you type in questions, the AI will help you to mark, score, and then give feedback on what the student listing was. And then you yourself will have a space to now put in proper feedback that you can share with your students. Okay. So can put the questions there or you generate questions, with AI. Now you don't need to tell AI anything. It's just going to pick what you have written there and it's going to use that to create questions for you. But right now, it's only able to create 5 questions, right? Define what a noun is and provide 5 examples of nouns and so on and so forth, right? As you can see, then use questions. So once you click on use questions, it has added all of the questions that it has generated, right? Oh, it's created up to 8. Oh, that's nice. So I think we're going to improve on that so that it can generate exactly the number imputed. So that's created all of that. Then the next thing you do is submit assignment, and that's it. So the students in the classes, in that particular class, we see that you have given an assignment. So let me go back to that my class. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to go back to my student dashboard. Okay, this is my student dashboard. I'm going to share that. And I'll go to assignment, right? And as you can see, it's saying pending. Okay, no, that's not. Okay, that's for grade 4. So I don't know why this is. Okay, so that's the assignment now. The other one I submitted it, so you can see pending. I just click on this dot, attempt the assignment. That's the assignment there, the questions, right? All of the questions that was generated, there we have it, right? You can see. So here, now this looks very simple in the questions, but for students that need assistance to do this assignment, now again, the assistant will never tell them the answers. It will only assist us. Okay, no, why don't you do like this, do like that, do like this, do like that, right? What don't you think about this? Think about that. Think about this. So to just give them a nod on what to think on to be able to answer those questions, right? So they once they have, probably they have issues with this number one, they can just, oh, I want to do this. I'm trying to answer this question. How can you help me? I don't understand the question properly. The AI can just, okay, this is what the question means, and this is what you should look at, and stuff like that. So it's going to be able to assist them while they answer the question, right? And then once they submit, you as the teacher, I'm going to, let me not, so let me just go back and look at the ones that have already been submitted. Let me share my screen on that. Okay, so you as the teacher will now have access to, where's my teacher dashboard? Yes, so this teacher dashboard. That teacher will now have access to see the assignment that was created. The number of students that have taken the assignment. So let's say I go to this grade 5 now, I click on view, right? And then I view students, right? And then it's going to show me the student that have submitted. This man have submitted his own. So I'll click on view. And then it's going to give me an analytics on, it will mark it, the assignment, grade them, and then give me an analytics of, right, as you can see here. As you can see here. Not only that, it will also suggest suggestion for improvement, as you can see. Review basic verb identification, practice verb tense conjugation, work on sentence subtraction, teaching strategies, use interactive exercises, implement visual aids for verb tenses. So it's providing me with feedback on how I can help those students, right? Feedback on how I can help those students. Then I can either click on give feedback. Going to, okay, so sorry, rather, if I click on give feedback, the teacher, I can now type my feedback. Now, the AI has given me, it has marked and it has given me everything I need to know about what the student did, how the student fared, is on the student understanding. This is based on the answers the student gave and how the student communicated in the whole of that platform. So the AI is able to come up with all of these data. So you can now give your own feedback, informed feedback to the student, right? Because of this thing that it has done. So you can just write that feedback here and submit. So the student will now see the feedback and be able to probably adjust or whatever it is that the student needs to do. So this particular feedback here is for you as the teacher to see what the student scored. So you can either move this score to them and put it there, fail, work on it better next time, or deduce from what is the. So all of this is just for your own consumption, right? So that you are able to see what this is. So you can either copy this remark for them, right? You can copy all of this remark and then send it to, just add it here, okay? I copy all of this remark and add there for your student because I think it has written a remark for you here. No story provided. Student needs to practice story writing and verb usage in context, right? So you can either copy that if it's good enough, or you can type yours. We actually had to give teachers they will be the ones to be able to send these feedbacks to students, right? Instead of the AI doing that, which of course the feature is going to be an option if you want the AI to send it directly, or you want to edit and add your own feedback before sending. Okay, that will be an option in the nearest in the coming days. So that is for the assignment functionality, right? So for Zara bot is just a conversational tool, right? The whole concept around a Zara bot is that as a school, if you are creating an AI teacher account as a school, we'll be able to get all of your content as a school and feed it to ZaraBot, right? So that when your teachers sign in, when they are communicating with Zara, it will be communicating based on the content that you have provided. So your teachers can just come here and ask questions and give to them, answers based on the content that have been uploaded. Teachers can also create lessons, plans, or they can create anything based on the content that have been provided. They can write content, they can get ideas on anything they are trying to do. Like we tried the other time on or party, Christmas party, or cultural day. You want to get ideas on cultural day, you want to anything at all, anything at all. You are thinking of where do I take my student to, anything at all. Desirable because, like I rightly said, this is a bot that has been designed for the education community, right? It is a specific use case bot that can answer any question as regards to teaching and learning. So that is what I would say on those. I hope I've been able to answer that question, Mr. Frank.
All right, sorry, before you go to the last one, the shared resources, let me just quickly ask two questions. The first one, I believe the assignment, after grading it has a specific, there's a place in the student's dashboard that marks, they'll be able to see their marks. I don't know, because I didn't hear you talk about that, just to ask.
Yes, yes, they'll be able to see the feedback that you give them as
and also the graded score.
Also what?
The graded scores.
Yes, they'll be able to see that. Now, right now, what they will be able to see, right, is the feedback that you give them, right? Of course, the feedback will carry the grade in form of, the same way we see it in the teacher's dashboard. They'll be able to see it that way. But in the future, of course, they'll be able to see things like, all of this analytics will be in form of graphs and all of that in the future. But right now, they'll be able to see their score and be able to see any additional feedback that the teacher has sent to them. Yes, that's they can see in their dashboard.
Okay. Then the second one, Zaira, you talked about feeding it a school's content.
Yes.
So this doesn't mean that is this something we can do on our own self, or we have to go through maybe you guys? How do we do the feeding?
Now, right now, okay, if you're creating a school account, right, you can be able to right now we've not put that functionality in the front end for you to be able to feed that. But that's how it's designed, that's what it's meant to do. But for those that are going for enterprise account, which is like they have to reach out to us. Yes, those ones we have to be the ones to upload it. But the functionality is basically for enterprise accounts. So sometimes schools may want to use this Zara bot the way it is. So, but if you want it to be, customized, everything on this platform is customized to your school, then you click on the enterprise account, will then help you do all of those things. Yeah.
Okay. That's from the back end. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Then the shared resources. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question before we go?
No, the shared resources. Sorry.
Yes, the shared resources. Now, shared resources is so simple. The way that works is that once you have a school account and then you have added all of your team members, like I said, you just add them here. Just invite them, but they must have an account on AI Teacher. They just put in their email and invite them, right? Once you invite them, they'll be added to your list of people in your school or in your organization, right? So let's say I'm a teacher and at your school. I've created a resources on English, a lesson plan or asset or exam questions, right? And I want to share it with my school admin. I can decide to download it as PDF and send it. Or I can just come here and click on resources and then click on share resources. And then I'll choose the member. So I'll see my admin or whoever I'm trying to share it with here. I click on the person, and then I come here and select the resources I'm trying to share with the person. I click on the resources. So all of these resources are the resources I've created. Again, every resources you create, you have two ways to get those resources. You can either download as PDF or save it. So you must always save your resources to be able to see them here. If you don't save it, you won't be able to see it here. Okay, so all of these are all the saved resources that are saved in while creating content, right? You can download and save. The two options are there. Either you can either download and save, or you can do the two together, download and save. Okay, so once you save, you have them here. You just come here and see the one you want. Probably I want to share this one. I just click on this, then I click on share, and it's as simple as that. That person now have access to that particular resources that I've created. You can copy it and use it. You can go to his dashboard and you'll see the resources and copy it and make use of it. Right now, look at this. This is the resources. This guy is going to see it. So this person, I've shared this with this person. So this guy is going to see the resources, right? And then can basically, so this makes it that the resources that we are using, everybody can access those resources, and there's uniformity in the resources that is used in the classroom. The admin can quickly see the resources or the exam questions that you've created, or that you want to use and stuff like that. So you are able to, share resources among each other, and then also see the resources that everybody's using in the classroom. So yes, that's how that basically works. I hope you understand now, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Okay. Any input or feedbacks or
Mr. Emmanuel, I want to sincerely appreciate you for your time, despite the numbers. Honestly, your sacrificing spirit is a pointer that truly you are a teacher's mentor. Because I recall that our agreement with you with the discount that you gave to us was a minimum of 1,000 teachers. If you are somebody that you are after money, you wouldn't have actually had this training. You can see, sometimes even the teachers, they are not ready to learn sometimes. Some proprietors pay for this training for their teachers. How many of them are on the platform? Please, I want to really appreciate you. I don't want you to be discouraged. We're in the business together, and we're going to promote your work on our platform. So I believe that when the school fully resumes, we may have a better turn up for this program.
That's fine. That's fine, Mr. David.
Thank you very much, and have a wonderful Christmas celebration with your family. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. God bless you all, and have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day. Bye-bye.